Afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Choices Life Coaching and Jennifer's Perspective. And this afternoon's topic will be making decisions. Now, making a good decision requires thought and consideration of the positive and or negative consequences of each possible choices. Now, some decisions are easier than others, like which cup of coffee to buy and require little reflection. Other decisions, like say which vehicle to purchase, require careful consideration. Now, there are seven essential steps in the decision making process that, when followed, will help you make the best possible decision at the time. Now, seven steps might seem like a lot when it comes to your cup of coffee, but you'll see that for simple decisions, these steps can be done in a matter of seconds. Now, for more difficult decisions like which vehicle to purchase or which steps can take, like, how do you think about this? You can think about these things for either hours or even days. Now, either way, getting into a habit of thinking fully about the decisions that will help you to make better choices in every aspect of your finances. Saying, Jennifer, what are you talking about? Well, let me tell you what I'm talking about. And what I'm talking about is this, right? Are the seven steps, and the seven steps to making good decisions are. Where's my note now? Now, the seven steps to making good decisions are: one, first, get pen and paper and take some notes. And I always say that: take notes, take notes, take notes. Why? Because this will help you to either recall what it is that you need to do. Now, when followed, these seven steps will help you to make the best possible decision with the information that you have, in order to show the differences between making simple decisions or making complex decisions. We will continue to use the examples of buying a cup of coffee or purchasing a new vehicle. And why do I say, like, purchasing a new vehicle? Well, step one is to identify the desired outcome. Be, Before making any decision, you must first know why you want to either bother with making a decision at all, and what is the desired outcome. Identifying what you truly want for the very beginning will help you to navigate the other steps more easily. Now, for the cup of coffee, the desired outcome is a pretty simple one. You want to get yourself a treat and a morning, say, pick me up. You need that caffeine. You need that caffeine. For the vehicle you desire is, say you want to get a new car, right? It's a pretty simple one. You want to get yourself a treat in the morning for a pick me up. That is the coffee. For the vehicle, you need it for what? Practical reasons. to take yourself to and from work, or to shuffle the kids off to a sports game, or to an event, or to an after school activity. You want an affordable vehicle that is more fuel efficient than either your current vehicle. Say that you have a gas guzzler, right? That's something like an cylinder, whatever. You can downsize to a four-cylinder all-wheel drive and do your research, gather information. Next, you want to seek much data as possible in order to make the most informed decision. For simple decisions like your cup of coffee, gathering data might be as simple as taking a suggestion from either a coworker as to which coffee shop is the best. Some people like Dunkin' Donuts. Some people like Starbucks. Some people like what is it? Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, or they like from a coffee house. Look up certain specifications, like read the reviews. Look up like a crash test rating, gathering information, etc. Now, when it comes to identifying your choices, your next step is to list your choices. It's a good idea to list all the alternatives, regardless of what your initial thoughts might be. It's always helpful to have many options as possible. And I say have as many options as possible in order to do what? Compare them. Comparison. And for the cup of coffee, you can probably make that list in your head. You understand? Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, or coffee house, right? But if you're purchasing a new vehicle, and if you're buying a new vehicle, you can say, well, look up the list of car dealers. With the coffee, it's pretty simple: small, medium, large, latte. Uh, what is this? Vanilla, hazelnut. But when it comes to a big purchase item, there are a slew of vehicle manufacturers, and I say always get the blue book. Always get the blue book, because within that blue book are the Carfax. It gives you the information regarding that particular make, model of that vehicle, all of which can produce at least one cost effective and fuel efficient vehicle. You will likely need to write these down and to look at your list of choices somewhere in order to keep track of them all. And I always say, always have pen and paper available and always take notes. Now, when it comes to the evaluation of these choices, next you want to evaluate the choices. Make a list of pros and cons for each option and compare them with each other. Again, for the cup of coffee, this is something that you can do in a few seconds. Boom. It's like a no brainer. Well, you'll quickly decide which coffee house to go to, whether it is Starbucks or whether Dunkin' Donuts, or you want to go to a small coffee house based on your past experiences and recommendations. But once you're there, you'll order either the small, medium, or large coffee based on how much you intend to drink. For the vehicle now, it's going to take a little bit more thought, and you'll have to weigh the pros and cons, like fuel efficiency, cost effectiveness, safety ratings, reliability, etc., and compare all these things together and select the best choice. Now, based on the information that you've gathered, it's time to decide which is the best choice for you. Once again, the cup of coffee is pretty straightforward. Your coworker recommended this particular coffee shop, so you're going to go there, right? Okay, now you're not too thirsty, so you're just going to get that small cup of coffee. But for the vehicle, you will likely need some extensive comparisons and finally decide on the one that feels better to you or the one that you feel that offers the best mix in price, fuel efficiency, and safety. Why? If you're a single person, you don't need a what do they call that? Like a Hummer. You don't need like a Hummer or something like that. It's just you, right? But if you are a family person and you have children and you have a mate or a spouse, you will have to factor those things into the equation. Can everybody in the family fit in my vehicle? Now, you have to execute the best choices. And your second to the last step is to now execute that choice. And in other words, make the purchase. Okay. This step again is easier based on how simple the choice is. The cup of coffee requires you to order the coffee, pay for it, and then you're done. But the vehicle, however, will require a good amount of paperwork, a formal contract, credit check, insurance, and the transaction can take hours. Okay. So evaluate the results. And once you've acted on your decisions, take that time to evaluate the results of that decision that you just made. Consider whether the choice you made had the results you intended and does it meet your needs, and was that cup of coffee delicious or was it awful? Has the vehicle been reliable or did it break down? Did you get it used? Is it a brand new vehicle? And after the first like 1,000 miles, do you have to renew the warranty? Reflecting on your decisions and evaluating them after the fact helps you to make better decisions down the road. Now, if you feel as though you've made an incorrect decision, you're likely to either retrace your steps through this process in order to do what? Identify where you either went wrong or made the right decision. Now, identifying these mistakes ensures that you do not repeat them in the future. For example, the cup of coffee might seem a bit silly, but its purpose is to illustrate that even the simplest decision really takes you through these 7 steps. You understand? No matter whether it's a big item or a small item. The more simple the decision, the more of these 7 steps become a subconscious effort. In reality, the entire process evolving from the coffee and the caffeine and the pick me up that you've probably say, oh my God, I can't think without my cup of coffee, or you can't feel motivated until you get your cup of coffee. And that takes 30 seconds of thought, okay? And maybe less. But if you still would have gone through all of these 7 steps, now keep these steps in mind because as your decisions become more complex, okay, following these steps become a much more conscious effort. Using these steps to guide your decision making will make the process easier and will help you make the best possible decision. And that could be from getting a cup of coffee to what outfit do I wear today? How do I style my hair? What do you set your intentions for the day? And what when you're going to the movie, are you going to the beach? Are you going on vacation? Believe it or not, these decisions, big or small, all involve these 7 steps. And on that note, thank you so very much for your time. And you can join me again on Choices Life Coaching and Jennifer's Perspective, where my topic will be understanding your money. Okay. And on that note, have a great day.